So we got Gregg Bowman in the house, the AC guy of Tampa Bay. So I love that you're coming in with these nuggets. You're coming in with ideas that people can utilize to live a better life. And, so number one, power related, man. Gosh, we're talking about this storm, 5,000 plus without power this past week.
Yeah. Monday, I think it was Monday morning or whatever, when that storm came through early. I woke up. There was a flash and a boom that, I usually sleep through that kind of stuff, but I sat up in the middle of bed. But yeah, definitely this time of year, a very common service call is power-related damage to capacitors. It's a very common thing that we got to go out and do is replace capacitors, and it's usually surge damage that takes them out.
Wow.
So definitely recommend surge protection. We are in the lightning capital of the world. You can get that through your power company as a whole house surge protection, but also on your important appliances like the air conditioning. We recommend having localized surge protection on each unit to protect them from that kind of damage.
Now, is that something you would have to put in on the outside of the home, or is that something on the inside?
The whole home surge protection that the power company provides usually mounts either two ways, either in the meter, which is outside the home, or it can also be mounted in the electric breaker box. Localized surge protection would mount at each appliance, like the air conditioning outdoor unit or the air conditioning indoor unit. But definitely, it's with as much fluctuation in our power grid as we have here in Florida, it's definitely a great way to prevent unnecessary breakdowns.
So all those capacitors gone out, so you're making a lot of trips to people's homes replacing those?
Definitely. That's a very common service call for us right now. We have the trucks fully stocked with them because, when somebody calls and tells us, oh, this is what it's doing, almost 9 times out of 10, it's a capacitor that we're going out there to change out.
Yeah, this story talked about how the westbound lanes of State Road 54 were closed due to down power lines, and the Pasco County Sheriff's Office reported crews work to fix the power lines and reopen the road. So there's a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes. People don't realize, storm comes through, lots of power lines down. I mean, there's a lot of things that go on behind the scenes.
Right, definitely.
So, Florida, the lightning capital of the U.S. Florida is known to hold the title for lightning capital of the United States. However, its unfortunate title may have since lightning strikes are extremely dangerous and already killed 19 people so far this year.
Wow.
I didn't realize that. I guess that's a Florida stat.
Wow.
So part two of your discussion here, the AC guy of Tampa Bay, if you just joined us, we're talking with Gregg Bowman. We want to talk about drain lines.
Yeah, that's probably the second most common call that we're getting right now. Very common to see drain lines clogging up, and then the water backs up, and there are safeties that are supposed to shut your system down when that happens. So a lot of times when we get a no-cool call, or a call when the air conditioning is not working, it's drain line related. It's actually becoming more prevalent with newer equipment because probably 95% of the new manufacturers have switched away from copper construction in their coils. They're going to all aluminum coils. And it's kind of ironic that is actually causing more drain line clogs. Copper is a natural antimicrobial. So older units tend to have fewer drain line problems than your brand new units because the brand new units no longer have copper in them or very little, so they don't have ions of copper washing down the drain to keep bacteria from growing. So because that's not there, we're actually seeing a lot more service calls on 5-year-old, 4-year-old, 3-year-old, 2-year-old, 1-year-old units than we are than a 10 or a 15-year-old unit. But there are some solutions to that. There is a manufacturer that has put out a product that actually puts ions back in the drain pan and then lets generate copper ions in the drain pan and allow them to float down the drain and kill any microbial growth. So that's one way to to help prevent those drain line clogs from happening. That we would suggest. It's relatively inexpensive to do, and it's peace of mind that you don't have to worry about that drain clogging on you.
Yeah, so that's on a microscopic level, what you're describing there?
Correct, yeah. What usually causes the drains to back up is a bacterial growth or an algae growth in the drains are dark and wet, so it's a primary area for something to grow. It'll build up and clog the line, and then water can't get through it, and then it shuts the air down.
Wow.
So yeah, doing something like that. I mean, you can do the old putting vinegar down your drain line is definitely something that as a homeowner you can do on an ongoing basis to help prevent that as well. Vinegar will, work. Just kind of bleach would also work, but bleach is hard on pipes, so vinegar is a little safer to use. But definitely can do that as a homeowner as well. But there's some products that'll basically do it for you, like this ion generator. There's also another product on the market that is a solar-powered vacuum that basically mounts at the outdoor where the drain comes out and uses solar power to power a vacuum and suck the line out and keep it clear on a regular basis.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go back to Gregg here. Gregg, I wanted to ask you. We've asked, we have different contractors that come on the show, Fred Muth and Chris Hatfield from Tampa Screens and Aluminum, talking about the impacts of the trade tariffs. Are you seeing that?
Yeah, it's ironic that you would mention that. I had been thinking about that. Maybe we ought to talk about that. But yes, definitely. And the first time that I remember manufacturers of air conditioning equipment have announced a second price increase in the year. Typically, we get our price increases from the manufacturers in the spring, March, April. But we just have seen it coming across the desk that most of them are all going to be raising prices again in August. And it's being, suggested that the tariffs are the impact of that. So I don't want to get into a political discussion of whether those tariffs are the right answer or the wrong answer, but the short term, of that is that air conditioning is going to cost more, definitely. So if you're in the market for it, I would definitely suggest that if you're thinking you need to replace a unit, do it quick before those prices start to hit a second time.
Hopefully we don't have a full-on trade war here.
Right.
There's some talks of that, and sometimes I talk to people, they're looking to sell, but they say, well, I'm not in a hurry. Interest rates are rising. The cost of property. So where are you going to move to? That asset's increasing as well. Get these potential trade issues out there. So there's a lot of misnomers or confusion in the marketplace, I think, a lot of times.
Right, definitely.
When you look at it. So the AC guy of Tampa Bay, you guys are serving, how many counties around this area are you serving?
We do all of Pasco, Pinellas, and Hillsborough County, so three county area.
Okay. Yep. So you've got a team over there. You got many trucks on the road, can help out.
Definitely. Yep. We're staffed and ready to go.
Yeah. Yeah. And this is the time of year where you do not want to have the air conditioning go out.
Most definitely. Yeah, that's not a good time. Not in our part of the country here. Yeah, you don't want to be without air. And I honestly, I don't know how they lived here before air conditioning.
Really?
Because the humidity especially is just so oppressive. But yeah, definitely reach out to us. We can help make sure that you don't have a situation where you're without air. Yeah.
Now, with I think it was last time you were on the show, you talked a little bit about some of the different carriers and the different name brands versus different brands and the warranties that they cover. Do you want to dive into that today, or?
Yeah, sure. We can talk about that. If we were talking about this 25, 30 years ago, there are brands that I would have recommended that you should get or you should not get. Today, I really don't think it makes much difference. The most important factor, I believe, is who's installing the system and if they're going to do a good job. Of the manufacturers that are out there, they almost all use the same parts. They just kind of assemble them and then they stand behind it. So there are some, things that factor in with brand as far as the warranty or certain features that may, be important to you. But if you're looking, for just a matter of whether it's a good product or not, you need to focus more on the contractor themselves and what their guarantees are, what their processes are, for making sure that you get a quality product.
Right. Yeah, I remember last time you'd mentioned that you guys have one of the carriers maybe, or your company itself will have, trying to remember exactly the detail on that.
As far as the guarantees?
Yeah, you had a guarantee, I think.
We have a money-back guarantee. We have a number of guarantees, but we have a money-back guarantee, which is basically a return policy. If we put a system in for you and you're not completely satisfied with it, you tell us, take it out and give us your money back. That's what we're going to do. Kind of like if you go to Walmart and buy a shirt you don't like, take it back, they give you your money back. We have a number of other guarantees. Those are all our guarantees and beyond what the manufacturers do. But we have a breakdown-free guarantee. If your system breaks down, leaves you without air conditioning, we're going to come out, get it fixed. But if we can't get it fixed fast, we're going to put you up in a hotel till we do. Not a lot of contractors are going to do something like that. We have some energy savings guarantees where if you're investing in a new system, we promise that you're going to save money. If you don't, we're going to pay you double the difference. We have a comfort guarantee that if the system we put in isn't maintaining the temperature that you want it to or that it was designed to, we're going to do whatever we got to do to make that right, again, up to including taking the equipment out, putting something different in. But those are all contractor-based things that when you're in the market for an air conditioner, you want to look for a contractor who's going to provide those kind of guarantees on top of just a parts and labor warranty that a manufacturer may provide.
Yeah, absolutely. And it, when the manufacturer gets involved, that adds on. I know, for example, like Chuck Peterson with Suncoast Roofing, when they install a roof, they've got, if they're backed by, I think it's GAF, they got a 40 or 50-year warranty behind them. It's amazing that with the difference that you can find when you look for those types of guarantees and those types of warranties. Yeah. What's your overall thoughts on solar? Just kind of throw something here. We got David Ringo on our show, 3D Solar.
Yeah.
Have you seen much of that being installed, and how does it affect your side of the business?
Yeah, there are a number of manufacturers who are starting to delve into it as far as providing air conditioning products that are tied into solar. I think it's a great thing, and I think, especially here in the Sunshine State, we ought to see more of it. I've noticed just, looking at the ads, I'm seeing more and more solar companies pop up, which, is awesome, I think. And I think as time goes on, there will be more and more of it. Cost has been very high to date, but it's starting to come down. But I think it's a great future technology. There are tax credits for it, which can make it, more affordable to go to a solar option. So I think I think the market is definitely moving in that direction.
Yeah, definitely. And a lot of times we've talked about here on the show too, where the misconception is, man, we're in the Sunshine State, why don't we have more solar? But I hear some of the feedback is that we already have lower utility costs than a lot of the other states do. So that's why they're focused in those states. Plus, I think you got the political side of it as well, where it's maybe not as accepted yet in Tallahassee. Who knows?
Right.
But all right, so that's Gregg Bowman, the AC guy of Tampa Bay. We want you reaching out, consumerqb.com. You can see links to all of our expert contributors, all their contact information, consumerqb.com.